Yeah, good day, everyone. Hello, good day. How are you? Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you too, sir?
Well, I'm fine. I know my friend will not be in class today because I gave her assignment.
Ah.
Abby?
I don't know, sir.
She's not around.
Maybe she's still coming. Maybe she's doing something or she's busy.
Okay. Mute yourself and let's go on. Yesterday, we discussed extensively on assessment and evaluation. Now, we want to talk about examination, semester's exam. In every university, we normally have exam twice. We have what we call the first semester, the second semester. In some university, they refer to it as harmattan and rain semesters. So whichever way you call your own, whether first semester, second semester, or you call it harmattan semester, rain semester, or you give it a winter semester, all we know is that 2 semesters exams. In a semester, you know, what is examination first? Let me start from there. When we say examination, this is a process at which we test knowledge and ability of students or everyone. When you subject it to examination, we are trying to test your ability to know what you have acquired in order to determine what you want, where to place you. So you can see where evaluation is coming from now. And assessment, like I said, is a continuous process. I give you an example of what assessment is yesterday. I was talking about your TMA or CMA, computer math tutor assignment or computer math assignment. So whichever way, every exam has his or her own name. We call it. So in your semester exam, as a distance learner, you know, the exam that you do are the one that, well, the exam you did will be your, after assessing you, and then we evaluate you, we now say, okay, you deserve 2-1, you deserve 2-2. So we have 2 phases of exam in National Open University. The first examination is pen on paper, in which it is an essay questions. And I think you start doing that from 300 level to, except those people who are in law, who are not permitted to do POP exam and computer-based exam. They are to write their own exam on paper. All the other GST and other courses will be done on computer-based examination, not pen on paper. So some of you for those of you that are not in law, those are the people that only give preference to write e-exam, because you know you cannot say yes or no in court. In most cases, you argue. There are some things you will do, they will say, okay, oh yeah, you want to cite the case, you can't be citing case in an objective manner. Although we can do it, but you know, it's not acceptable in their own profession. So what are we saying? We have the computer-based exam, as we call it, e-exam. Pen on paper, like I said, is for 300 level, 400 level postgraduate. All postgraduate students are writing pen on paper. Why 100 level and 200 level, most of their exams are e-exam. And when you write e-exam, you know what it means. That is, in fact, in most cases in some developed country, these exams are the exam that they cherish most, because they will tell you that it is strict, that you test all the 6 taxonomy. It will take your knowledge, it will take your understanding, it will test your comprehension, it will test your analysis, and they will use it to evaluate you. So it is at this level of this exam that you cut across all the questions will be set across. But the pen on paper, somebody can pick from, might not pick all the question from all these things. So they will say, when somebody scores for 80%, and they will say, because we are in red, that is where the man said the question comes from. So we'll be jubilating. But in the e-exam, everything from page 1 to the last. So that means you have versatile area to cover. You have a very long way to go in doing that. So what you are saying, when writing exam, there are some things that you need to avoid. One, not answering the question. You must answer the question. Not using material from the course. No answering the question. What is the essence of your coming if you don't answer questions? Not using materials from the course. Suffering answer full of name and facts. Using time badly, poor presentation. All these things are. So when you come with microchip, they will catch you in the exam. No matter whom you are, once you come with microchips, we will catch you. You can't come in with your textbooks. You can't come in with your microchips. You only come in. We don't even need biro. You don't need pen in e-exam. It's only pen on paper that you use all those ones. And we have some exams some courses that are not examinable. We'll get there. We have like our project. It's not examinable. CWES that we go for, you don't examine them. The term paper, you don't assess it. Practicum, all these things, you don't write them because you have already done them, justice to them in writing. And those writing, it is there that you will now come and defend them. There are courses that you come and defend physically. They are not mainly for you to write on them. So, in other words, all those ones are non-examinable. Example, like I said, is project. When you are writing project, like somebody is asking that, why do I write my project? In project, we have about 5 sections in project. Like I said the other time, in chapter 1, we have introduction. Then other things come underneath. That is the background of the study, statement of the problem, the research questions to hypothesis, purpose, significance of the study, scope and limitation of the study, and operational definition. Some people or some area, they don't play much value on limitation of the study. So some will say, yes, we want to see it. We want to see how then In chapter 2, you have to review literatures. There, you tell us the theoretical framework you are using, which what is it based on, who propounded the theory you want to adopt, because you must base your work on a certain theory. And if you are you want to base your work on a certain theory, who propounded that theory? What did he do? In what year? How did he come about the theory? Then all these things and how the theory you are talking about is related to your work. Then we talk about the conceptual, in which you read all the people, what's their concept about all those your variables. What are they saying about it? Then we talk about empirical. What are the findings of people? What are they saying? What is their outcome on this? Then you appraise your literature. You appraise your literature based on what you have seen, and which will even give you gap on what you are writing on. Then your chapter 3, which is the methodology. Here you talk about the research design, population, sample and sampling techniques, instrument, validity and reliability of the instrument, administration of instrument. All this will be, you have much tip about it in your 300 level and 400 level course, respectively, when you are writing your project. But it is on this note, since we said everything that you pass through when you are in National Open University will be revealed to you in this course, and that is why we're giving you all the details. So in other words, we are fulfilling you to let you know what you will pass through, right from the gate to the day you graduate from the university. So chapter 4 is data analysis. You interpret and then you discuss and then compare your study with other in the literature you have reviewed. Then chapter 5 is talk about the summary, conclusion, and your recommendation to people. So far so good. That is on projects. Then we talk about practicums. Practicums are meant for graduating students, those students that have graduated, those in higher level, like 700 level or 700 level, 800 level masters. They are the one that place on a practicum. So I put here that because they are in a specialized field of study, that is, which is designed for students to supervise practically application of previous and concurrent study theories. So in other words, what we are saying is that practicum may be for on a part-time student teaching placement that occur before the semester or during the semester, and then participation in a practicum, a lecturer or as a supervisor will visit you probably twice or thrice in which you where you are. So in other words, you yourself must go for your practicum exercise. If not for every day, you must be there for 2 or 3 times, because you are a part-time person there. You are not to engage as a full-time person. So if you go on, or in alternative, you can go there for those duration of 6 weeks if you don't have anything doing. So, and no, don't go there and be asking for money. They won't give you money, because they are the one helping you. They are helping you to gain more experience on the field which you are. They are like, you are trying to do, it's different from COS in a way. COS, they can still enumerate you and give you some tips and whatever, what have you. Here, you are on a course that you already you have already graduated from, but you are doing the practical. You are getting data. You are looking for many things that will help you further in that course. So, in other words, you are on a complete practical time for few period, which might not be last more than 6 weeks or what have you. Then seminar, for you as undergraduate students, you must do a seminar. This will prepare you, in most cases, to find yourself how to write a project. I would say it's like when you want to eat, before you eat, they said, okay, take tea break before lunch. So then you can sit down and eat very well. Seminar is a part of requirement for courses. So when you want to write a seminar, probably the topic will be given, or it's you that will say, okay, you take a topic that interests you and you write a full research report on that topic. And when you are writing it, you are writing like a proposal, as if you are writing a proposal work. So it's not likely to be a complete research work that has been concluded. Is more or less you are giving us tips on what you are to do fully. And teaching practice is only peculiar to people in Faculty of Education. And then for those of you in Faculty of Education, you know what it means. It's like you are in your theater as a medical doctor. If you don't know how to diagnose patients, then here comes a problem. So as a teaching practice student, you should be able to undergo some methodology, some teaching aspect that will enable you to fit into that profession, teaching profession, so that at the end of the day, the knowledge you have, that's why I always tell you, the knowledge you don't have, you cannot give it. So the knowledge you have is what you are going to pass through to the students. So teaching practice is more or less like a practicum, but the where a difference is that it's only students in Faculty of Education that are doing teaching practice. And this teaching practice is more or less a practical work of. So when you are on teaching practice, at least you are undergoing a practice. You will be posted to a school, or you choose a school of your choice. When you choose that school, they will assign supervisor for you after 2 weeks of teaching. Then they will go there to observe you and see what you have learned, what they have taught you, how do you carry it out, and how can you teach better, because you will have gone through some methodology, know how to write a lesson plan, know how to do your presentation, know how to write objective. From day one, you write your name, everything. All those things are there in your teaching practice exercise books. So, and another thing is non-examinable courses, practical. There are some things, this one, peculiar activities, mostly it takes place within the Faculty of Science in most cases. When all of them are, those of you in biology, some of you will do dissection. In chemistry, you do titration. In physics, you do lighting and all the rest. So these are things that we can, not that you are not, we cannot ask all of you to come and then sit down along with people and then be writing. It's not alternative to practical. It is when you have alternative to practical, then you can say, yes, it cannot be. So something that they will be watching you doing, they will be listening to you. They want to hear from you. What and what have you done and what have you have for us? So in so doing is what you, that is why it is called non-examinable courses. All other courses, I lay emphasis on that they are examinable, except practicals, teaching practice, seminar, CWES, teaching practice, and the rest. So these are courses that they will come and observe you on the field. You will be on the field. You will be there. You will be there. They are field works. They are not things that you can do on writing and sitting down with others to write. Not that you cannot write it the way, because you are being examined. It's only a physical exam, not pen on paper as you are expected. So now let us see any question from here before I start. I go to learner support. Yes. Any question? Blessing Samuel.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm hearing you. Yes. Udo, hold on. Let her talk.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Okay, sir. My question goes like this. The learners, the teaching practice, must it be that the supervisor must be there for you to pass your teaching practice?
Yes, you must have a supervisor. What is it's your exam? Do you know at that time you are in the field practicing what you know, practicing what you should be doing? You are taught by a teacher. If that teacher is not assessed, they didn't assess that teacher, how will he become a teacher? If he didn't do well, it's a course that people fail. Some people fail that course because if you don't teach well, or they place you, the supervisor gets there and find that you did not do what is expected of you, then that means that student will fail, will carry it over and do it at the next available time or opportunity.
Okay, sir.
All these both practicum, CWES, teaching practice, practicals, there should be a supervisor assigned to grade these things. And that is why after they have assigned it, the supervisor to grade, they will still moderate all those things, because what you put down, and in most cases we always ask you people on teaching practice to come and do micro teaching. It is that micro teaching that gives insight of what you have done in the class or what you will do in the class. Do you get it? Eddie Young.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Please, I want to ask a question.
Yes.
Is sequence and practical, are they all under practical?
What?
I think this sequence and practical, are they all under practical?
Yes. CWES is for you to go and gain practical experience. And during that time, you should be involved in doing. You have learned the theory. The outside you went to is for you to go and gain the practical experience of how those things have been done very well in real life. because the school may not be able to provide the necessary guidance that you will be exposed to. It might just be few, but because they want you to expose to all the practical experience, all things that goes on in the field. That is why they send you to relevant area of your study. Like somebody in computer science, where would they send him to? They will send him to where they know that people are using computer mostly, and where they repair, where they use software, where all the practicals needed to pass that course. And you have a supervisor, because the supervisor will go there. They will ask those people, what have you been doing? From your logbook, what did you put down? What and what? There will be a supervisor there, a cooperative supervisor, who will sign your logbook to say that this person has been coming, he has been doing this, he has been doing that. Have I answered your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So, can we proceed?
Yes.
Aha. Now, let's talk about learner support services. Learner support services are resources that learners can access in order to carry out the learning process. When we start this course, I told you that everything that you need to know about National Open University will be revealed to you here. Anywhere you need assistance, where you from the day one, from registration to the day you graduate, you are going to trash it out here. And that is why this course is compulsory for everyone, irrespective of your level. Even postgraduate, we are doing it at postgraduate level. So that is why all the process you must pass through needs to be touched. So, and the learner support services, like I said, are the resources that learner can access in order to carry out the learning process. Then we have academic support, which consists of we define the course territory, explain concept, explain the course, feedback, both informal and formal assessment, developing learning skills such as numerics and literacy, and many like that. So that means the academic support you need is part of what you are giving you now. You need to be taught, you need to be exposed to course materials, you need to be given course materials, you need facilitation, you need assignment, you need to meet to know those courses that you will do, you need when to you need to familiar with your faculty. Let me tell you this. For the fact that you are there are three, I didn't mention that earlier. There are three types of exam that we normally do in university. We have what we call university exam. Like this course, GST107 is university exam. You have faculty-based exam. It's foundation course for everybody in that faculty, which is different from Faculty of Science. All of you now, you are on university exam now. All the GST, you must pass it, and that is why university have a body for it. You must pass it, whether you like it or not. If you don't pass it, no wafer for you. Faculty-based exam are examinations that foundation courses in that faculty that all of you in that faculty must do, like in management science, all of you must undergo what we call introduction to social sciences management science, mathematics, and the rest. Why people in the Faculty of Education, those of you in education, you will do what we call history of education, sociology of education, many courses that will bring all of you together, aside from your area of specialization, which is secondary. But the methodology and the rudiment background courses that you need for your exam are going to be done, and these are part of academic support that you need. Non-academic support is like advising you, giving you information, exploiting information. They want to see your attitude, and then they will suggest for you the direction you should go, where to meet, where to go to, so that you don't miss where you're supposed to be. So, what are these functions of this learner support? One, I said cognitive functions. Here, they help you they facilitate learning through the mediation of standard element of course materials and learning resources for individual settings. So, you know where, when they assist you, they are the one that say, okay, you don't have these course materials. How do you help your cognitive life? How do you assist you in your in reading your course materials? When you are giving course materials, there are some guides that are needed to be given to you that will help you to really perform well. Then affective functions provide an environment that supports students, create community, and enhance self-esteem. Then systematic function establish administrative process and informative management system that are effective, transparent, and student-friendly to all of you. So, just as I break it down there, I have put it under 3. These are types of learners support services. We have teaching and learning service, we have social support, we have informative. So you know what you are getting from teaching and learning is where you take your teaching contact, that is where you met for facilitation, just like we have the administration of exam. When you meet for examination, then compulsory residential school, if that the school is residence, how do you get support for tutorial? I've told you, and that is why we provide this area of learning strategy. How do you, where did you get your own learning strategy from? Then look at social personal support services. During your registration, I want to lay another emphasis on this: meeting the counselors in each centers. It is very, very crucial and necessary. Before you fill your form and before you do anything, let them know what you have, so that you don't fall into a wrong course. Then, you know, the internet that you need, our website, they will give it to you, and they will say, okay, this is the website, you can get this. And then peer group and study group that I've told you, your social event, probably you want to engage in playing football. We have football team in now. Don't think we are just this thing. You want to join, no, through your center, let them know, and then see. Then the other informative area that we need, such as administrative assistance, technical support, like Some of you want to drop course. Some of you want to do library, going to the library to borrow books. Then, like I said, see a counselor for many things. So, and where is this supporting service? Where can you get them? From day one, the study center. Then when you get to your study center, it is there that will now get your, they will link you up to how you can get information, download everything to your work. Then they bring your form to the faculty or department where you've been selected and say, okay, you are, then all this will be taken to registry. So where you now issue letter of admission to say, okay, at this process, at this level now, you are free, you can be our student, and you can join us. Then, and that is when, after the registry, that is where you are now, we are giving matric number. You can now say that, yes, you can make use of library and other facilities in the university. Not that you just come in and then be using our things. So, like I said, in the first place is study center. When you get to study center, which represent the National Open University in your state or your local government or your community, there you will see the admission officer, or you start your admission process. You don't pay money to anybody. Everything is done online. All what they need is you need to be guided so that you don't go through, you don't go and fall into the hand of the 419 and people that will say they want to help you to do your whatever, and you release your money to them. They will just eat up your money because you are novice. And that is why we said that anyone coming to National Open University, first and foremost, you must be computer native. You must have that literate. You must be computer literate. Not that you must versatile in use of computer, because the whole thing is going technological. And all these things are things that you need in order to complete your registration and even during your exam, reading your and doing facilitation and many things, because we said this the university is separation of learners and the teachers. If there is separation, there should be something that will link them up, which is facilitation and books and what have you. So at least during the exam, then your registration, the day you collect your form, the day you start, the courses to register, go to your portal, and when you have your everything, if you have completed it, you go to your portal. Like I said, you need to see a counselor. This is what I have. What course do I apply for? What course that will not give me problems? So you need, after you might have done your registration, that is when you'll be given matric number. Then you can now go meet your counselor. Then before you start saying you want to work, you want to start reading and prepare for examination, and then make use of our libraries. So all these are things you need to get to. So the Directorate of Information and Communication Technology, these are the services they offer. Like I told you, they will give you password, you have account, you have a portal that you can go to. Then if you want to register for your course or exam, these are the ones who will help you. Then computing and advice and giving you information that will be dropping in your portal. Then your year exam, your result, everything that you will be seeing. Not all of you can be coming. If we ask you to be coming from where you are, from a long distance, to come and check your result, it's uncalled for. Why can't you find a way? So that is why Immediately your result is released, they send it to your portal, and you'll be able to view it from there and see your performance there. Then e-exam administration and all these things, these are things when you have any problem, these are the people you can run to so that they can be of help and give you assistance. Unlike in library, these are people this is where you get access to information and you can access it and retrieve. You download some of the materials, you go to web page and all these things, they will be there for you to support you, and then they make you to become literate. That anywhere, this is where you can get catalog, this is where you can get newspaper, this is where you can get textbooks, this is where you can get journals, and the rest. Then provision of study space. In a library is a place, a conducive place where you must have a what is it called now? You must be able to, it's an organized place. It's a place that is quiet, meant for study, not meant for noise making. It's a place that when you go to, you should be able to do one or two things and then get your notes, read all your textbooks, and then finally you have you can relax your brain, sit down, then start trying to think about ruminating on what you have done in the class or what you're about to do. Then put some things down. It's not where you go to gist with your friends. It's not the place where you can go and start making friends or saying you want to form a group reading. So, having said that, I will leave time for just few minutes for you to ask your question. Yes. Somebody raised his hand up now.
Good afternoon, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, you have done the assignment.
Yes, sir, but that's not what I want to ask.
About your assignment. It's good that you have done it. So, what was your result?
Well, sir, I want to ask a question based on the library you were saying.
The library, yes.
Yeah, I want to ask, does now has a library?
Yes. Even every center, there is a library. And that is what I'm saying. Because you have been in this university for almost 4 months now. You don't know whether you have a library or not. We even have a virtual library. We have a virtual library. To every course we're supposed to see, there should be a virtual library that will direct you to one or all of these things that you can look at. If you cannot get a virtual library this thing, you can go to main library, and then in your study center, they will direct you. And that's the essence of this course, that you must familiar yourself with the terrain, with what goes on in National Open University, right from the gate till you back the gate. Since you enter, till you leave the gate, you must know everything that goes on in and out of National Open University. And that is the essence of GST107.
Okay, sir, because they didn't tell us when we went to school. Because when we went to school to collect the course material, they did not tell us.
Did you ask for where the library is? You can go to your study center at any time, at any day. It's your school. The study center is meant for you. It's your school. Once you have your ID card, they will allow you. And there is a librarian there who will give you assistance, who will help you, who will support you.
Okay, because GST101, so most of the assignments, they are based on CD record. So when we ask for it, they say it's based on CD record.
It's based on
CD record.
Okay.
So when I ask, they say it's not available, but they did not tell me where to go and get it. Because of that, we have not done anything on the GST101.
You've not done anything on GST101?
Yeah, as in the assignments.
Which course is that? Oh yeah, what is the title?
It's English skill communication.
English skill communication.
Use of English and communication skills.
You didn't see it on your link.
English and communication skill.
English and communication skill. And you didn't
Yes,
get it on
sir.
your...
Yes, sir.
Go to your webpage and go to your course link. You will see it. Ibe Solomon. Yes, Solomon, what are you saying? Oh, okay. Ofera Favor, you are already talking. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
Good afternoon, sir.
Oh yeah, go straight to your point. Let's answer it.
Ask the question.
Sorry?
My question is, you have been
You are not audible. I can't read your lips.
when I'm saying that we have been following this facilitation. So based on I have been following this facilitation.
Can you hear
at the
him
end
well?
of the facilitation,
I didn't get you. The network is breaking. Oh yeah, Favor, can you say what you are saying?
Yes, sir. I'm saying I've been following up the facilitation, sir. And at the end of each facilitation.
Yes.
Sir, can you hear me?
I can hear you. At the end of each facilitation.
Yes, sir. You ask for AOC. Okay, like, sir, please, where is the AOC? And they will ask us to go and read our course material.
Let me tell you categorically. No one can give you AOC. Go and read your book. And that is why you are open and distance learners. No area of concentration. Don't ask for such. This is not a class for that one. Therefore, you should be ashamed of yourself by asking such for area of concentration. So we have told you that you should read through all your books and all what you have learned in this way. Go and put them into practice and see.
Sir, I'm not done with my question.
It's JAMB. Are they giving you area of concentration in JAMB?
Sir, I'm going somewhere.
If WAEC give you area of concentration, they will tell you go and read this place or don't read this place or concentrate on this one. Is that how you do your WAEC? You PAM?
Sir, I'm not done. I'm going somewhere, sir.
No, you didn't ask a good question.
I was actually making a point. I said when we ask, I didn't say I'm asking you right now.
You said?
I didn't say I am asking. I said when we ask of area of concentration, they ask us to go and read our study materials cover to cover. Okay, then like my question is like for some of us, we have a very hectic day. Okay, we have a very hectic day.
So because you have the whole day, that is why you want area of concentration. Okay, Benga Gabriel.
Sir.
You want to answer?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I didn't hear her question very clearly.
She's saying that there should be an area of concentration since they have that when they ask for area of concentration, they will tell them to go and read from page 1 to the last page. That going by what they are passing through as in the workplace and what have you, they should be able to have at least something to. So, do you have any
anyway? Anyway, sir, we are a student, so it's a normal question for every student. But since it's not practiced in a national university, so all we hope to do.
And even if it's practicing anywhere, those lecturers are making students to be lazy. They are making students to be lazy and because they want them to pass their course, and they will say, go and read this place, read it very well, read that one very well, read this one very well. No, and that is why you have.
Please, I have a question, sir.
I'm coming. That is why you have past questions. I told you in the course of reading that some people will learn from past questions. Yes, what is your question?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. The day you taught us reading and writing.
Yes.
Really, I was not in class on time.
Okay, you get the video now. You get the video now.
Okay, sir.
The video is yes. I'll try to upload the video.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
There was an assignment.
Yes, sir.
I sent. I gave to Bevo.
Yes, sir.
Aha. You have not tell us what your finding was.
Okay. You gave me assignment that I should.
Tell us. You are not. I didn't ask you to start telling us what you gave your assignment and.
Okay. Formative assessment is a range of formal and informal assessment.
Is
Formal and informal assessment procedures conducted by teachers during the learning process in order to modify teaching and learning activities to improve students' attainment. So,
my expectation of you in answering that question, when you have read through, you have gathered one or two or three definitions of those things, assessment and evaluation. You should be able to say it in your own words instead of reading through. Now, like I told you, I said assessment is a continuous process, and I use an example. So when I said that evaluation, that is to place you on a grade, to say, okay, after we have seen you, we have been able to see, okay, you are qualified to be to have this. This give you your words.
yes, sir.
So, any other question? Before we round it up, so far so good. We have been able to talk about in the first lesson, we discussed about the definition of open distance learning. We talk about the characteristics, and I expected you to go back and then reflect on all these things. We talk about the history, we talk about the existence of this, and then the lifelong, the characteristics of learners, the age bracket and this. Then we talk in the second module, we discuss the learning strategies or learning skills, that is, or study skills. We talk about listening, speaking, reading, writing, and which of the strategy you can use to that will be better for you. Then we talk about assessment and evaluation generally, and then we'll now talk about learner support. Well, how did they support you? Then we have discussed today, we've discussed about examination. What kind of examination? And I've been able to tell you that we have two types of, well, I would say two types, but the major ones are those types that we talk about, e-exam and pen on paper, POP. The other examinations, we call them non-examinable courses. They are practicals, but they are examination too. Like practicum, CWES, teaching practice, and then seminars. So all these are things that you have to familiar yourself with you success, have your success and crown you your what. At the end of the day, we'll be able to place your we're able to judge you of good students, that yes, this is where you have come to. So if you can make use of all these things, not only listening to this, but you make use of them, I will know that in National Open University, from your year 1 till you finish your course, you will not have problem. And I believe you still have your way out. Then I send this question to you as a class assignment. I said, what are the different learning support services available to you in now? You all know them. We have discussed about them. It's not now that will be, these questions supposed to have come and be answered in your forum, discussion forum. Then I said, which learning support services do you desire in now, but not provided? So I want this answer to be in written form. Please send it to the link. Thank you. God bless you. Any question? Any question?
None, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello, morning. Good morning.
I recognize Kalu now. You said?
Hello, sir.
Oh, yeah, speak up.
Please, sir. Is the class holding tomorrow morning?
Where is your brother?
No, the facilitation has ended.
Hello. Why is it hot?
Thank you.
Thank you,
That's
sir.
the question.
Thank you, sir.
Good
Okay.
afternoon, sir. Hello.
So see you in the exam. We choose success.
Amen.
Bye.
Yes, sir.
200, I bet you I will do this.